Tadi sebentar tadi Sibar dengan saya telah membuat submission mengenai ketuduhan rasuah terhadap Malaysia National Feedlot Corporation, dan kita kepilkan dengan laporan polis yang telah kita dapat semalam, dan dua pegawai yang datang menerima laporan ini adalah Puan Nur Shimah selaku penguat kuasa dan penolong kanan penguat kuasa, dan juga Puan Maznah selaku pengarah bahagian siasatan, dan pengarah ni ketua unit siasatan, ketua unit siasatan.
Puan Nur Shimah binti
Puan Maznah adalah ketua unit siasatan. Pengarahnya adalah Datuk Haji Latifah binti Muhammad Yatim yang tidak ada di sini, bertugas di luar, ya. So jadi pihak SPRM telah menerima dan mereka menjanjikan akan membuat siasatan susulan, dan juga kami difahamkan kes ini adalah di bawah yang membuat tangkapan ataupun terhadap Samsul Bahrin ialah SPRM Putrajaya. So jadi ini SPRM Kuala Lumpur. Jadi laporan ini walaupun kita masukkan kepada state SPRM di sini, tapi ianya juga akan menyusul di Putrajaya. So jadi berdasarkan itu saya dan YB Sibar akan membuat satu lagi submission kepada SPRM Putrajaya kerana hendak mendesak tindakan patut harus diambil kerana Putrajaya telah menerima bukti-bukti yang melalui Samsul Bahrin, telefon dan juga SMS telefon yang ada di dalam tangan SPRM. Jadi berdasarkan SMS dalam telefon itu, kenapa Putrajaya, SPRM Putrajaya masih tidak ambil tindakan apa-apa terhadap Datuk Saleh dan kuncu-kuncu yang mengantar SMS kepada Samsul Bahrin. So itu kita akan lakukan. So jadi yang lebihnya mungkin Sibar boleh.
Saya menambah dengan beberapa poin saja. Satu adalah tadi kita menegaskan kepada pegawai SPRM yang hadir, Puan Nur Shimah dan Puan Maznah, bahawa di dalam laporan polis Datuk Syamsul Bahrin ada tuduhan yang cukup serius, di mana dia menuduh bahawa Datuk Seri Dr. Saleh Ismail telah arahkan dia untuk merasuah pihak polis untuk tutup kes NFC. Ya, itu satu. Dan apa yang lebih penting, yang penting juga, dia berani sebut dalam laporan polis beliau, saya mempunyai bukti ini dalam bentuk pesanan SMS yang diterima daripada Datuk Saleh. So ini menunjukkan bahawa tuduhan ni bukan macam tuduhan liar, tuduhan kosong. Dia berani cakap dia ada bukti dan dia sanggup pertahankan tuduhan beliau. So ini yang kita kata adalah memang satu isu yang cukup serius, dan ini mesti disiasat dengan cepat. Dan kalau betul ini bermaksud Datuk Seri Saleh mesti dituduh di bawah melakukan rasuah. Ya, kita nampak di sini macam Samsul Bahrin dituduh sebagai orang yang disyaki juga melakukan rasuah, tetapi orang yang arahkan dia tidak ada apa-apa tindakan. Datuk Samsul Bahrin ditangkap pada tengah Disember, diriman, ya, sejak beberapa minggu, dan terus dibawa ke mahkamah. Ya. So tindakan yang cukup tegaslah dan cepat dibuat. Tetapi walaupun kita dapat maklumat, semua bukti SMS ni masih dalam tangan badan yang bersiasat, tempat dia itu polis, tapi tidak ada apa-apa tindakan. Dan satu lagi maklumat saya ingin kongsi di sini, kita pun baru dapat maklumat bahawa bukti arahan untuk merasuahkan polis untuk tutup kes ini bukan saja dalam bentuk SMS daripada Datuk Seri Saleh, tetapi ada juga SMS daripada pegawai NFC yang lain yang juga mengesahkan arahan itu. Ya. So jadi memang bukti ini nampaknya cukup kuat. Bukan saja Datuk Seri Saleh yang kirim SMS pada Datuk Syamsul Bahrin, ada pegawai NFC yang lain yang hantar SMS yang dengan kandungan yang sama. So, dan kami difahamkan semua ini diketahui oleh pihak penyiasat. Jadi persoalan sekarang adalah kenapa tidak ada apa tindakan tegas kepada pegawai NFC dan Datuk Seri Saleh, tetapi orang yang digajikan lah, iaitu perunding ini Datuk Syamsul Bahrin, ditangkap, diriman, dan dihadapkan di mahkamah. Ya, so ini yang persoalan dia. Dan bagi kami kita nampak image MACC sekarang akan dipersoalkan. Nampak macam tindakan yang tidak adil lah, tindakan yang berat sebelah. Nampak macam tindakan MACC adalah untuk beri perlindungan kepada pihak tertentu, pihak NFC. Ya. So kita bagi cabaran pada pihak MACC. Kita mau Datuk Seri Saleh disiasat dan dituduh di mahkamah dengan seperti yang dibuat pada Datuk Syamsul Bahri. Kalau tidak, kita akan isu ini mesti diserah kepada satu Suruhanjaya Diraja, RCI. Sebab itu bermaksud pihak MACC tidak berwibawa lagi untuk siasat secara bebas dan adil. Satu isu yang cukup serius ini. Ya. So YB Lim Kit Sian sudah minta RCI untuk isu pengurusan NFC. Kita setuju itu. Itu dengan pengurusan NFC dari segi mereka dapat 250 juta dan macam penyelewengan tentang duit itu pasti dikekalkan. Sekarang timbul isu lagi, iaitu tindak tanduk MACC sendiri. Kalau MACC akan bersubahat untuk memberi perlindungan kepada pihak NFC, itu akan dijadikan juga tajuk siasatan oleh RCI. Sebab MACC macam dalam kes Teo Beng Hock dilihat tidak bebas.
Kita kena berhati-hati kali ini untuk mendedahkan isu skandal Wheelock ni kerana bukan menjadi isu negara, dan kita tidak mahu kes seperti Teo Beng Hock dan Sarbani berulang lagi. Dan kita juga hendak memberikan desakan ataupun warning, amaran kepada MACC agar Teo Beng Hock, Sarbani tidak akan diulangi lagi dalam kes skandal Wheelock ini. Jadi pihak kami insya-Allah akan mengambil tindakan yang sebaik mungkin untuk melindungi saksi kita Syamsul Bahri dalam kes skandal lembu negara ini.
So I just repeat what I've said in English, just for the benefit of the English media, just briefly. Today, YB Zuraida and myself have lodged a report based on the police report made which we received yesterday. The copy of the police report received that was made by Datuk Syamsul Bahri bin Ismail, which very categorically makes an allegation that Datuk Seri Saleh instructed him to make corrupt payments to the police to close the NFC file, basically to stop the investigation. And Datuk Syamsul Bahri is prepared to say in his report, which is here, that he has actual proof of that instruction in the form of an SMS or SMSs received from Datuk Saleh. So this means it's not just an empty or wild allegation, it's a serious allegation, and he's prepared to put it on record that he has SMSs. And we have also now received information that this instruction to make corrupt payments to the police by Datuk Saleh to close the NFC investigation is not just from SMSs from Datuk Saleh. There are also SMSs from other NFC officials which are repeating the same instruction to Datuk Syamsul Bahri. So today we have come here to tell the MACC that this must be investigated quickly, because what we have seen is Syamsul Bahri was arrested in the middle of December, denied, remanded for several weeks in detention and brought straight to court to be charged. Right? I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent, I'm just saying the MACC has moved very fast there. But when it comes to the, like for example Datuk Seri Saleh, who is implicated here in instructing him to make corrupt payments, we don't even see an arrest. We don't see any of the similar kind of action, which will lead, which will lead to the public perception that the MACC is treating different parties differently, and the MACC is not independent and or unbiased in this issue. So today we are here to serve notice on the MACC. We want to see action within 2 weeks of this, and if not, we will call for a Royal Commission of Inquiry to investigate the conduct of the MACC itself, because that means it is quite clear that the MACC is incapable of investigating the NFC issue independently and free from bias and free from political influence, which is what we want to see. Yeah? We agree with YB Lim Kit Siang's call for an RCI on the actual the issue involving the NFC itself, the broader issue of how the 250 million loan and grant was misappropriated and misused. I would say even a criminal breach of trust took place in buying the condominiums for 20 million, traveling all over the world on holidays, and other abuses took place. We need an RCI on that. But now with this emerging, we see now we want an investigation into the conduct of the investigating agencies now themselves. Why have the police not taken action on the NFC? And we want also the SPRM to take quick action. And we want to see this as fast as possible.
Yes, how many NFC officer is said to send SMS instructing Samsul Bahrin to write?
I'm not prepared to go into all the details. I'm just saying.
Give a figure. How many? 2, 3?
No, we will just say there are other officials. I will not, because I will leave this to the investigating authorities. Yeah.
Now the Samsul Bahrin's handphone is with MACC now.
Yeah.
Which Putrajaya.
Actually, we can say this. There were more than one handphone. Yeah. There were several handphones.
But the one they keep is only
there's one that they're keeping, which has the SMSs which he has spoken about in his police report.
Maybe you were mentioning yesterday that the relationship between Samsul Bahrin and Saleh soured only after the government decided to freeze their assets. Was it?
No, I didn't say anything of that sort.
No, in my statement says
sorry,
that,
maybe go on. Sorry,
in my
okay.
statement says that when the NFC asset was frozen, they couldn't make the second payment to Samsul Bahrin. So the deal was 2.5 million. So they have paid only 1.75. So they're supposed to pay the balance of it. So when Samsul pursued for the balance, and at that time the MC account was frozen, so he get agitated.
Okay.
Yes.
You said that NFC officials, so NFC corporation or Centers?
The corporation. We're talking about the company.
Centers just look after the cows.
Yeah.
You said that you're giving MACC 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then you're going to push for an RCI. But they really pretty much said that they're not going to start any RCI.
Who's they?
I mean,
Muhyiddin, that was
okay, that's the government.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the Tan Sri Muhyiddin may have his own views on the matter, but we are going on the basis of what we see now as the conduct of the investigating agencies. So it's a new issue now. Yeah, we agree with YB Lim Kit Siang. There must be an RCI into the overall issue of the loans to the NFC and what happened to this 250 million. Now we see the conduct of the police now is the question. Why the police have not acted so far? And we were giving the MACC also 2 weeks to act.
It's going to be, the RCI is going to be on
the conduct of the investigating agencies. In other words, correct. Yeah, if the MACC don't act, then they will be part of that investigation. In the same way the RCI looked at the conduct of the MACC on Teo Beng Hock's case, as to what happened, what was the conduct of the investigating officials.
What are the action that you want to see?
We want to
arrest
I mean, if you can arrest Samsul Bahrin in December, hold him for 3 weeks and charge him to court.
Immediate arrest for Datuk Saleh should be done.
Why can't you act on NFC?
Today you lodge report only against Datuk Saleh. What about the other NFC officer?
No. Datuk Shamsul Bahrin has his report is against Datuk Sri Saleh.
At this point in time,
Yeah,
but you tell them about the other NFC officer as well?
No, we didn't. We said you investigate quickly now.
Yes.
The MACC is given immense powers under this law. They've got very broad powers under this law to investigate.
Not doing anything.
Yeah, they got even more power than the police. Can I tell you that? As a matter of law, they got more power than the police.
Actually, the police report is done in 27th of January.
January.
Just a few days ago. And
Correct.
Last Friday.
The necessity to come to SPRM again and launch a report.
Because of
it's
the
the same report. It's the same
Yes,
report.
yeah. No, Datuk Syamsul Bahrain lodged the report whilst he was in detention. So he got permission from the magistrate and lodged the report. When we got this copy of the report yesterday, it is very clear the allegation here is about corruption. It's about bribery. That is why it is relevant to bring it here to the SPRM.
On what, how are you going to push for ASEAN? I mean, do you have a local standard, or what are the things that need for a public, individual or party to push for ASEAN? I thought it should be initiative of AG.
Well, not in most cases of the RCI in our country, it is a response of the government to public pressure. Yeah, and in most cases, right from I go back in '98 when the Datuk Seri Anwar's Black Eye. Why was there an RCI? Because in January 1999, 5th January, I remember, Tan Sri Mokhtar, the former AG, made a statement. We cannot identify the person who beat up Anwar Ibrahim. So the public got very upset and said, how can this be? This is not acceptable. Set up the Royal Commission. So, likewise, Teo Beng Hock's case is a similar example. When the magistrate came up with an open verdict, right? So likewise, we are now we are prepared to give some time, giving 2 weeks, to deal with this NFC issue transparently and independently. Yeah. But if the agencies fail, the police and the MACC, then we are going to call for an RCI into the conduct of the investigating agencies.
What we are saying here is that it's time for MACC and police to get out from all these shadows and come up clean up front to investigate this matter so that they can clean up their past bad records as in Teo Beng Hock and Sarbani and so on and so forth. So they should move out and do the right thing now.
I mean, just one final quick point, just on the aspect of whether there is criminal wrongdoing in the NFC financial affairs. I mean, this is quite basic. You can go to any lawyer who practices criminal law. If I borrow money from the government, and I not only borrow, part of that is a grant, $20 million is a grant. I say I'm going to use that money for a public interest project, not a private interest project, for a public interest project to benefit Malaysia by raising so many thousand head of cattle, because I want to help the what do you call? The supply. Yeah, we want to have the meat industry. We want to make sure there's a supply of meat to the country. Our foreign exchange is not used so much to import meat. All these arguments are made. Then what do I do with the money? I use it to buy $20 million worth of condominiums. I travel all over the world on expensive holidays, etc., etc. We have the evidence. It's all there. That is criminal. People go to jail for that. So the question we're asking is, why is there no action?
But then again, in NFC's case, it's not the khidmat negara, it's still a commercial element to it. Right?
No.
They have to make money, they have to make profit.
I'm prepared to, we are going to go to the PSC and look for the document where the proposal was made and see what was said. But I can tell you what would have been said. They would have said this is in the public interest. Otherwise, why should the government? If it is completely private interest, then I would question the decision of the Cabinet Committee. Why do you take 250 million of public money, 20 million grant? That is free money. 20 million grant means I give you, you don't have to pay back. The 250 million is 2% interest. Tell me which of you can get a loan at 2% interest. None of us can, but they can get. It's like when you get a loan at 2% interest, it means I'm giving you free money also, because the actual cost of the money is far more, 4 to 7%. Right? So it must have a public interest. They cannot come and give the excuse that this is a private interest project. Then I say even the Cabinet Committee must go to jail for that.
If it's a commercial project, then they go to the bank. Why
they go to the bank, exactly. You don't take our tax-based money, our public money, and assist people on a private interest project. There's something wrong with that. Okay?
I want to confirm, so far as SPRM have not charged Syamsul Bahrain, right? All the 4 charges made against him is from the police.
It's a so-called cheating charge.
It's not a civil charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much for coming.